You want more business and you need more business, but you're just not sure how to get it. Well, luckily today we're going to answer this question, how to scale up a small business. And the easy answer is by referral, though there's a lot more to it if you're wanting to get more referrals. Hi, I'm Tiffanie Kellog, and that's going to be our goal in today's conversation. Actually, we'll have two parts of the video. Today is part one, and we're going to be talking in these two videos about the how, where, why, what, who, and when. In today's video, we're going to cover the top four. And in the next video, we're going to cover the final two. We're going to spend a lot of time on how in the second video. In today's video, we're going to talk about why you really want referrals. Just because they're easier to close doesn't mean there's not other advantages to getting referrals. Then we're going to talk about when, because when you ask for referrals, it does make a difference. There's such a thing called premature solicitation, and we don't want to make that happen. We're going to talk about where you can ask for these referrals, and we're going to talk about 4 different who you can ask for the referral. Then in part 2 of the video, we're going to spend the majority of the time talking about the how you ask, including how you ask for a referral and you can't get a no. And then we'll wrap it up with what do I do now that I get a referral. So we're super excited to have you here with us today. Now, do know this is a big conversation. I could spend 3 days. And I actually do in the Incentives Ignite Your Business program, talking just about growing your business by referral. We're touching just on the tip of the iceberg. And as we look at this, why you want referrals, I think most of us would say, yes, we want referrals because we want this growth. We want this massive growth in our business. It's so much easier than, cold calling. And actually what we found is that there's some good referral facts for you. First, referred clients typically spend more money with you the first year that they're referred to you. That is assuming that you have some variance in the opportunities for people to purchase. If you're buying a house, realtors probably aren't going to get more than one house in a year. However, if you have the opportunity to sell more of your business, you should get more business. Secondly, referred clients tend to stay clients 3 to 4 times longer. They're loyal. And then lastly, referred clients are 2.5 times more likely to refer you business. It is a major deal. When our goal is to scale our business, to grow and scale quickly, we're oftentimes have a vision in mind of this life that we're looking to create. And I know for me, I never imagined being where I was today back in the day. I actually went to school to do genetic research and genetic engineering. And after figuring out what all that would take, I was like, ooh, business major, here I am ready to go. And I got out of school, got that first real job. And then 2 things happened to dramatically impact where I am today. A couple of years later, in March of 2003, the job that I had, the board of directors got together, did some restructuring, and guess what was no longer part of the organization? Yep, my role. They nicely offered me a severance package or a demotion. The second thing that happened that March is my mom, who had been battling breast cancer for the previous 17 months, was given a terminal diagnosis and maybe a couple years left to live. So I took the severance package, and it gave me the opportunity to spend every single day with my mom. Sometimes it was sitting at the kitchen table. Sometimes it was just laying in the hospital bed with her at home. She had hospice, watching judge shows for hours and hours and hours. I remember there was this gorgeous spring day, and she felt good enough to actually get out of bed and wanted to go outside. And so we loaded everything up on the wheelchair, double oxygen tanks, and Charlotte, North Carolina has hills. I live in Tampa now, no hills. But so it's like push, get to the top of the hill, but then it's like jump on the back of the wheelchair. It's like, whee, flying down. It was a blast. And she hung on. A lot of times they say people will hang on for those special dates, and she did. She hung on for her 47th birthday. And we had the opportunity to have an amazing party. Me, my brothers and sister, my dad, all of her friends. We had such a great time. The next morning she got up, we had breakfast. She went to take a nap, and she never woke back up. And I was left with, I've lost my mom, my best friend. I've lost my job. What am I going to do? And there was a friend of the family, Jackie, and she would come over at 10 o'clock on a Monday morning, at 4 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon, when everybody else was coming over in the evenings and on the weekends. And I realized I wanted that kind of flexibility and freedom. She was an entrepreneur. I wanted to do that. So I picked up and moved down to Florida and started my very own business. Though what I found is just because I have a business doesn't mean that I have any business. And so I spent the next 2 years cold calling until I found out this thing called networking and referral marketing. And it's like the skies parted, the sun came down. It was amazing, the opportunity that I now had to create and grow my business by referral. And instead of me spending all my time cold calling, spending all this time, energy, and effort, I'm able to build relationships and really be able to create this life. Amazing business and spectacular life that I was looking for. And so what I realized is I work with entrepreneurs to help them create the life they desire. And so as we think about this, why do we want to scale our business? Why do we want to grow quickly? Why do we want to make these changes? I think it's muy importante for us to keep in mind it's so much more than just the money and scaling our sales. It's very much about creating that life that we desire. And so why are we doing this? So very important. Next, we have, when are we asking for these referrals to help us scale our business quickly? And when it comes to your clients, you want to ask when they're happy. It's not when I first meet you. It's not along the way. I want to ask my clients for the referral when they're happy. Don't rush it. And that's kind of, I mentioned earlier, premature solicitation is asking for the referrals too early with your clients, or it's asking for your referrals from your referral sources, which we'll talk about more in just a moment, before we've gone through this know, like, and trust. And so if we want people to refer us, we have to get to know them a little bit. We can't just say, hey, it's nice to meet you. Do you have any referrals for me? You wouldn't get married on a first date, would you? I mean, unless you lived in Vegas, different story. But so we want to build our know, like, and trust with our referral sources in order to get referrals. And just so you get to know a little bit more about me, I help people how? One-to-one sometimes, in small groups, in larger groups, a lot of times spent here on Zoom, which is where I'm recording this right now. So much so that I'm a certified virtual presenter. It just means I talk a lot. When I'm not busy talking, I am an author, and I love, love, love to read. I have a collection of over 400 pairs of socks now, and about a dozen of those are Baby Yoda. So cute. When I'm not working, my husband and I enjoy a craft beer. Little dog Callie, that's our fur baby, and I'm a huge nerd. Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who. If it's nerdy, I like it. In everything I do, though, my goal is to help people make more money, save more time, and have more fun. Now, that's probably still not enough for you to refer me yet, so we have to get to know each other better. And while I might share some of that in a one-on-one conversation, in person, over coffee, a beer, or even here on Zoom, you can also get to know each other a little bit better on social media. I actually have a free Facebook group, so you can pause if you want to grab your phone, use the QR code. You want to come hang out with us. I love to share tips on how do you have more money, more time, and more fun, because that's my goal with everybody that I work with. And how do we do that? By more referrals, by continuing on the conversation that we're started here today. Now, when it comes to where can I get those referrals? Great question. Everywhere. So it could be that I'm a networking event and I'm talking to somebody that I've built that know, like, and trust with, and I can ask for the referral. Could be that we're on a Zoom meeting and I ask. It could be in an email, on the phone, via social media. To me, the key is to ask for referrals. Once you got to that point in your relationship, ask, ask, ask. Now, the last conversation that I'm going to cover here today is the who that you can get referrals from. And there's 4 different groups that I typically like to think we can get referrals from. The first are going to be your clients. Then we've got your friends and family. Then we've got our social media connections. And last but not least, there's the best kind of referral sources, which I'll tell you more about. The first is obvious. You can definitely get referrals from your clients because they know you, they know the process, they know the product or service, they know the benefits that you create. So I think that your clients can be an amazing referral source. And this can even be clients that worked with you a couple of years ago. Kathy, a general contractor, we sometimes call her 2 Cookie Kathy. When we first started working together, she went through and sent some cookies to past clients of hers, one that she hadn't seen in 5 or 6 years. And the result, was a couple $100,000, 200,000 referral that she received because she sent 2 cookies, which is why we affectionately call her 2 Cookie Kathy. So ask for your referrals from your clients, and we'll tell you how to do that in part 2 of this video. The second group of people that you can ask for referrals from is your friends and family, especially if you're just starting off and your goal is you want to scale your business. These can be a wealth of people because they know you and like you and trust you, hopefully. You just have to know exactly what referral that you're looking for from them. And I'm actually going to share this little clip with you. Now, Larry, you want to tell us the funny story?
Yes. So you had us do an exercise where we posted in social media what we were looking for. And this is the post. I want to expand my business. I need your help. Who do you know? Who manages a new car dealership? I have 1,500 followers on my page. I got linked comments right away, 5 replies. And the one that was the most interesting was my cousin Phyllis, who's on the call. Now, my cousin Phyllis, start with that. She's a president of our chapter. Go with that. Due to the relationship in the chapter, we speak. She and Alton speak 3-4 times a week, if not more. She applied immediately. She's like, my next door neighbor fits that description. Now, Phyllis has been in BNI for 2 years. I was not asked, this was not on Phyllis. I was not asking the right questions. I was not making the specific request. As soon as I did that, she's like, boom, right away. And sure, I'll make that call. And she did. And we had conversation about it. So it was awesome. Now, Tiffany, what you don't know, you put me and Phyllis in the breakout room along with Dawn, and you asked this question, and she said, realtors. I said, oh, I just signed a realty company with 30 agents.
Wow.
I know Phyllis could do this for 2 years. Again, we've spoken 3, 4, 5 times a week. It never once occurred to me, I need to make that connection.
Kind of crazy that a cousin, somebody that you talk to several times a week, had the perfect referral for him. Just didn't realize it. And what about the fact, oh my gosh, now he's got a perfect referral for her just by being specific to be terrific. That is going to be crucial. The third type of group that can pass you referrals are your connections on social media. And I love creating those connections because there's all kinds of opportunities that you can do with that. And I'll share more in part 2 of this video. The last group, the best group, I like to say, save the best for last, is going to be what we call your contact sphere relationships. Contact sphere relationships are non-competing industries with the exact same target market. And I think these are the best of the referral relationships. Your referral sources know hundreds or thousands of people because they're their clients or their past clients that they can refer to you. So I think there's huge value in really working those referral sources. Again, I call them contact sphere relationships. Some people call them your sphere of influence, your circle of influence. These are the people that can refer you all day, every day. Now, this idea of contact sphere relationships who have your target market as clients is actually step 1 and 2 of our MORE Referrals 5 Steps to Referral Success. This is a free online program, so I do encourage you to pop over. The QR code is there, or the link is in the comments below, and join us for this 5 free steps to referral success. So far, we've covered the why, the when, the where, and the who. Our goal in part 2 of this video series is to share, here's how to get a referral every single time that you asked. And then what do we do once we get that referral? I look forward to seeing you for part 2. Thank you so very much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to get updates when we have new content coming out. And I love when you like and comment below. Let us know how you're going to use today's information.